Yo, you listen to More About Something Else, and this episode is brought to you by More About Podcasting. Do you want to start a podcast, but you don't know how? Well, you're in luck. More About Podcasting offers a service that will help you bring your podcast to life, from idea to execution, whether you need training, equipment, editing, or everything in between. Go to moreaboutsomethingelse.com for a free consultation. Once again, that's moreaboutsomethingelse.com/podcast consultant. So on today's episode, I had a special guest on, a good friend of mine, Jordan. Jordan plays professional basketball, and it was quite interesting. When you talk to somebody and you know that they're going places, that's just how I felt about Jordan. Jordan plays professional basketball and he tore his ACL, and it's just interesting to see how he's recovering and how he's trying to move forward in his life. And overall, we just had a nice conversation. But here's a clip from the show.
But it's just like, I want it that bad, that I'll stay up while I wake up early in the morning. And you're the only person doing that. So it's all about personal motivation at the end of the day. And, it's tough. It's tough because you sometimes feel, I know you feel it sometimes too, that because you're the only person doing it, you can't relate to anybody else. Yeah. You don't have too many people in your circle that you can talk to about it, because they don't push themselves the way you do. Yeah. And you don't ever want to feel that you're above somebody because you think that way. But, it's hard. It's very hard, It's hard, finding people that you can relate to on that level. And then when you do, it's just a full go and everything's going so fast, so.
And now that you heard that, let's begin.
First off, I'm going to have to ask you to go and rate this show, maybe even leave a comment. And you could do that on iTunes or SoundCloud, and for Android users, you can now listen via Google Play. Now, this podcast may contain explicit content, just saying, so open your mind, relax, and listen to this dope-ass podcast.
Thought coming fresh, I'm the chef. I got greens for your brain, have a taste, it's the best. Food for thought from the flesh, tag along on the quest to find more about something else. Hey, food for thought coming fresh, I'm the chef. I got greens for your brain, have a taste, it's the best. Food for thought from the flesh, tag along on the quest.
Yeah, people don't understand that, well, they don't understand nothing.
Truth spilling, leaving victims to my honest ways. I come in peace like an alien from outer space. Internet pirates riding waves on your webpage. Download the shit, click the link, press play. I don't mean to pray, but I pray every week for myself, for my fam, cause we all gotta eat. Protein, no more sweets. Till I'm caked up on the beach in Belize. Food for thought coming fresh, I'm the chef. I got greens for your brain, have a taste, it's the best. Food for thought from the flesh, tag along on the quest to find more about something else. Wait, food for thought coming fresh, I'm the chef. I got greens for your brain, have a taste, it's the best. Food for thought from the flesh, tag along on the quest to find more about something else.
Yo, you're listening to More About Something Else. My name is Joshua, and I just want to say thank you to any and everybody that's been rocking with this show. Truly, I appreciate it. But we are here. If you like the show, like it, review it, share it. We can do one, we can do all three. Either way, I appreciate it. But anyways, we are here in this lovely day of March. First quarter is about to end. Have you really been doing the things that you said you were going to do? Doesn't matter. There's no excuses. But anyways, we're here with Jordan.
What's up, man? How's everybody?
Jordan is a friend of mine. We used to hoop together at the park all the time,
Manville, those Manville days.
Yeah. Nah, but how have you been?
I've been good, man. I've been holding in there. I'm enjoying the position that I am in life, and just taking it day by day.
Yeah. So Jordan played ball in high school. He played ball in college, and he played professional overseas.
Yeah.
All right. So what was the difference as far as like how we had to transition from high school to college? Was there something different between that?
Just more time management, given the fact that you have more time on your hands in college. So you have to be the individual to, take care of things on your own in a sense, as far as schoolwork. Practice, you're going to have to be there.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, and buts. And, but it's just as far as, waking up in those early mornings and stuff like that, and, taking care of what needs to be done, So that helped me a lot with the transition from college to the pros also, because then there's even more time. And, it puts you in a routine. It puts you in a routine that feels good, as an athlete, that you're able to put your body through a routine and stuff like that, and you see the results by doing so.
What was your routine, if you don't mind me asking?
I would wake up 6:30 in the morning on Tuesdays and Thursdays, go to the gym, work out, have breakfast, take a nap, go do another workout, and come back, have a small little bite to eat, and then we'll have practice in the evenings. Actually, in Ireland, I was having practice in the evenings, so it was a transition for me. It was a lot different, but my body adjusted, and I was good to go.
What about your transition from college to the pros? Like, it's a big shift.
Yeah, it's something that everybody, dreams of doing, but, it's all mental, I think, because you can put your body through anything, but if you don't have the mental aspect down pat, you're not going to get anything done.
Did you see, like, because, you're talking about mental now, it's just like, did you see anybody cave into, like, whether it was a stress or you saw it on their performance in the play?
Yeah, all the time, man. And it didn't even have to be in the pros. It could be necessarily, back to college too, and you try to help those people. You try to motivate them, but at the end of the day, they have to motivate themselves, and they have to have that next play mentality.
Yeah.
Just to let whatever happened go in the past and continue moving forward. And, there's some people that have it, there's just some people that don't. And once you see that in somebody, it's either you say something then and try to nip it in the bud and try to help them, but if they don't want to help themselves, they can't.
Sure.
Yeah.
Talk about your experience in Ireland. Like, I'm originally from UK, but I've never been to Ireland before. So how is that, like, culture shock wise and everything?
Well, the weather's the same.
Yeah.
It was a lot of days of overcast. It was pretty chilly in the wintertime. I caught the back end of the summertime in August, and it was beautiful, man. Yeah. It was picture perfect. The weather was still, a couple sunny days here and there, and it was very enjoyable.
What are you doing now? You tore your ACL.
Yeah, I had an injury. I had tore my ACL about 6 weeks ago. I actually didn't even know I tore my ACL. I actually played 2 games on it.
Oh, shit.
And I came back here and got the surgery February 5th. And I've just been taking it, day by day, rehabbing it. I've been doing physical therapy twice a week, doing a couple things on my own. And I just have to be patient. This is an injury that you have to be patient with. And you can't come back too soon, otherwise it's going to happen again.
Yeah. When are you projected to go play again?
I'll be playing in mid-August.
Mid-August?
Yeah, I should be cleared by July, and I hope to be playing in Europe again in mid-August.
Do you prefer Europe over, like, going to G League or just even trying to make it to the league?
No, I mean, that's everybody's dream, is to play in the NBA. But, there's different routes that people take in order to get there. I feel that I have to build a resume in order to come back and play in the States, as opposed to me jumping right in. Now, if there's an opportunity for me to go to the G League, I'm definitely going to take it. But as for right now in my life, I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying the travel on somebody else's dime. And, just the hoop, man, do something that I enjoy doing.
God damn, bro. You living a good life right now. Everybody had their hopes and dreams of, like, making it to the league. It don't even matter, like, just hooping, just in general.
It's passion at the end of the day, man.
Like, that's good though. Yeah. That's really good. So you're back in the States, what do you do as far as, like, besides physical therapy and just like trying to go back into the gym? What are you doing outside of that?
I mean, just reading books, hanging out with the little friends that I do have here. And, just trying to stay positive and find other things to do within myself individually. Just, to have fun. It's not necessarily going out every night and spending money on alcohol or, stuff like that.
That is true. Yeah.
You can find other things to do. It may take some time to find it, but when you do find it,
Yeah.
That's when you've truly enjoyed yourself. Anybody can say, "Oh yeah, I'm having fun," but you can tell in their face.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Even like going out and spending money, it's all an illusion. To imagine to go to Prospect, and to spend. I remember, like, we were looking for a table and they're like $400 for a table. I'm like, I'm good. You know, that bottle that you were gonna bring, that bottle of Ciroc, you know, I can go get that for $20. You know, have a little party at my crib.
Exactly.
That's fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel you on that. It's literally an illusion. I don't see how people can say that they are having fun.
Yeah.
Like that way.
Yeah.
But that to each his own, you know. I just know that because I went out yesterday. Like literally when I was texting, I was drunk. I was drunk, but I was like, all right, it's on my mind right now. Let me go ahead and text you. But yeah, like you just see people outside and you're just like, what do? You know, just in general, right? And that's just the trippy part about it because we're literally living an illusion. And then we have social media that just doesn't.
Yeah, social media is the icing on the cake, man. That determines so many people's lives, man. And people view, you know, other people's, you know, truly fun and joy as their fun and joy.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't do that, you know? That's what they enjoy doing. That's what they consider fun.
Yeah.
That may not mean the same thing to you.
Yeah.
But because you see it on social media and they're having a great time, you want to do the exact same thing. And you could be miserable doing it.
That's like, you know, people taking pictures of going to Miami and Cali and all that. And then you go to Cali and Miami and you're just like, yo, I was trying to have the same fun.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing what they did, you know, so this is fun.
Yeah.
You know,
like I went to California just recently in the beginning of the month. I just went to go hike, you know, but when I was telling people, they're like, who goes to California to hike?
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, that's my definition of fun, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely all interesting, you know. Facebook and Instagram was down for 14 hours and people lost their minds.
People, I didn't even care, to be honest. I was just like, I wasn't even on it at the time, you know. So
I don't know. And even like social media, like, you know, people really are invested in it, and you know, that's the one great thing about our generation is that we know how to disconnect when we can.
Yeah,
I think. I don't know. It's interesting. So just in general, as far as like, you know, playing basketball and whatever, was there any, it's like really fascinating to me to know like your psyche as far as like, was there any doubt like in general overall through your process in basketball? Like, did you ever feel like you're inadequate to do this or do that?
Yeah, of course, you know, you'll be lying to yourself as an athlete if you didn't think that. But, you know, that just determines how much adversity you're going to let take over you in a sense. You know, I know growing up in high school, and you guys know, I went to Manville, you know, I was playing well, you know, on JV and stuff like that.
You're unstoppable with that shot.
But the moment I got to varsity, I wasn't even playing, you know, and it was a confidence, you know, deductor to me. It was just like, I didn't understand why, you know, I wasn't the fittest, of course, but, you know, I thought that I was capable of playing at that level at that time. And, you know, by me sitting on the bench and stuff like that, it was just like, okay, is this something I really want to do? Yeah. You know, and by me transferring and going to that private school, that proved to me that was something that I really wanted to do.
You left Manville?
Yeah, I left Manville. I didn't even graduate from Manville. I graduated at the school called the Village School.
Okay.
And it was a private school in Westheimer and Derry Ashford. And once I got there, I was like, okay, I really made this extra push to pursue basketball as my passion. And once I did that, I was like, I'm going to stick with this and I'm not going to let go, you know, and I haven't since.
Bro, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
I mean, Coach Davis is a hoe. He's a hoe.
You know, it's been funny in practice and stuff like that, being with that guy, but, you know, he was a unique individual.
Yeah.
He was a unique individual. You know, he meant what he said.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's not there anymore. I don't think he is. But, you know, I just wish nothing but the best for the guy.
Yeah,
you know,
of
me
course.
and him weren't on the best terms when I was there. But at the end of the day, you know, I hope he's still doing well. You know, Coach Berrier too.
I like Coach Berrier.
Yeah, I love, that was my guy, man. And he was a people's coach for sure. You know, he related to us a lot. And, you know, he was a good dude to be around.
Yeah. That's interesting though. So you weren't playing. And, you know, for you to leave the school and go to another school, like, especially everybody that was playing above you, and just to imagine that it's only you and Terry that made it to the league.
Yeah. You know, being professional, it's, especially with the people that I grew up playing with, I didn't expect. I expected everybody. You know, I expected Cameron. I expected DJ. I expected Glenn Cheeks, but he's in the service. So, you know, it was so many. Chris Obaseki. I know you've seen the things he's been doing, man. That's insane. Nobody at Maribel would have ever thought Chris Obaseki, of all people, would be doing that.
I've been saying that for the longest, but it's just like, I guess when time moves on, you're allowed to grow into who you're supposed to be.
Yeah, because he was so antisocial.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's very interesting to see that, like, from people that you saw and to see who they've become. Because I thought he was going to the league. He played overseas for a while, came back, and he's just been living life.
Yeah, now he's an internet sensation. Interviewing all the top players in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So hats off to him. No knocking his hustle at all. But I just didn't expect that from him of all people.
Yeah. It's interesting, but I really did, like, even people from my class. I thought that this is you, and I think a lot of people from Manville did get that opportunity.
Mm-hmm. They didn't quite grasp it.
Yeah, they didn't capitalize on it or anything, which is interesting. I like that because when we talk about how we want to move forward in life, it's just like, what are you gonna do? Like, you literally have to take an extra step, and that's hard. That's the hardest.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I went to school with a lot of those people since 6th grade.
Yeah.
I went to Mary with a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
And went to Manville Junior High and on the way up. And it's just like, by me leaving, I don't think anybody necessarily cared at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But over time, people are like, where is he at? And then when people see me in Pearland, they're like, what happened to you?
Yeah.
And they don't even recognize me sometimes, I ran into Stephanie Oye, and about 2 days ago, and she was like, "You still growing?" I'm like, "No, I'm done growing. I'm done growing." But it's just like, it's crazy how I run into old classmates and stuff, and they don't necessarily recognize me, or there's like, "What happened to you?" Like, I was just a ghost.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I've stuck on the path that I have.
Yeah. That's interesting. Like, is it your parents that you idolize, or is it somebody else that you idolize that? Because it has to be something. It has to be something.
My mother, for sure. My mother, she's been, the cornerstone in my life. I have both parents, don't get me wrong. But my mom, she's always had that extra push and told me just to go out there and follow my passion and go full throttle with it, and she's always put me in the best opportunity that she could. There's always going to be opportunity she can't put me in necessarily, but if there was anything she could do on her end, she made sure that she did it. And I will always love her and respect her for that. And she always tries to give me the credit and stuff like that. I'm like, no, I have to give you credit for this, dude. So
yeah, bro, that's tight.
Yeah,
that is tight.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people don't have the luxury, especially when it comes to our parents too. Like, and not to say I take my parents for granted, but it's just like they've been through a lot for us to be here right now. I don't know. For me, like, who would have known where my life would have been if I didn't move to the States? Like, it's just little things like that you just have to think about too, like, appreciate. So I don't know. I don't want to say I started, but like recently, like, I just been like, every time I leave the house, give my mom a hug, make sure I give her a hug, like, just have to, because I appreciate it. Yeah. That's interesting. So, Matt, what's going on right now, like, in your life? What's going on in your head as far as, like, what's your end all be all? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, and what are you doing to get to that point?
My end all be all. Of course, everybody wants to be the cliche. I want to be happy. I want to be free. But at the end of the day, I just want to be mentally stable.
Yeah.
I want to be financially stable.
Yeah. And
I want to be able to take care of my family. I think those are 3 things that you should have moving forward.
Yeah.
What
about just in general, as far as, like, what you want to accomplish?
What I want to accomplish. I want to continue to prove to myself that I'm capable and able of doing the things I put my mind to.
Yeah.
And just continue to find different means of income, like find different assets to, increase income.
Multiple streams of income.
Multiple streams of income, yeah.
Is that stuff that you're doing right now?
I just got into the Forex currency market.
People don't know about that.
No, people don't know about that, but they need to know about it, and I don't know everything about it.
Yeah.
But, from what I'm hearing and stuff like that, and just talking to different people in that realm, it's a market that everybody should consider getting in. Especially if you can sit back and understand it.
Yeah. And I think I was watching some radio show it was like some kid from South Africa. I think he was like 17.
Yeah.
He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Off of trading.
Yeah. It's insane, you know, and it's not something that, you know, doesn't even have to be your livelihood.
Yeah.
That can be like your side gig,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But, you know, just keep finding ways to be financially stable because, you know, at the end of the day, that's what everybody wants.
Yeah.
That's what makes you happy.
Yeah.
You know, nobody wants to sit there and say it, you know,
Mhm.
like that. But at the end of the day, money is what's going to make you happy in this world.
Mhm.
You know, whether you give it away, whether you keep it to yourself,
Mhm.
you know, that's what it is.
Have you ever thought about being a shooting coach?
Shooting coach, yeah, I've heard that, you know, by a couple people, but it's just the fact of keeping that core that you have.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough in this day and age,
Yeah.
man, because you have so many trainers and wannabe trainers.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, come to this, you know, pay $10 for this, pay $10 for that, and it's
Mhm.
just like these kids need a proper direction,
Yeah.
you know, and some of these trainers they're not, you know, capable because they
Yeah.
haven't done it. You
Mhm.
know, how can you be a shooting coach if you didn't play basketball in high school?
You know, the simplest things, right?
You know how exactly. I'm not saying you have to be a professional.
Yeah.
You know, that's not what I'm saying. But if you don't have the proper information and the proper structure,
Mhm.
how can you teach somebody else?
Yeah.
You know.
That's the realm that we're in, you know. Right now it's like if you can believe that you can do it, then you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like how many wolf tickets are you gonna sell before you get exposed?
Mhm.
You know, that's where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, I get you. Because it bothers me because you know I train,
Yeah.
and like to see somebody doing the same thing but trying to offer it at a higher price for low quality.
Yeah.
You know, half the stuff, to be honest, is in my field is that I can like you can get it online.
Mhm.
You can, but for somebody to relay that message to you in terms that you understand, that's where it's something
Yeah.
else. You know,
Exactly.
but I get you on that. That's annoying, but I definitely think that you should pursue it just because A, experience, and B, like you could shoot.
I appreciate.
I know you
that.
being modest about it, bro.
Yeah.
People don't understand. Like it was an unstoppable shot. I think the only person there was one person that figured you out. Rip.
Yeah.
Yeah, he figured you out.
Yeah.
I was just like, all right, we just got to get Jordan on our team.
Yeah, man. I miss those days, man.
Yeah.
Just waking up and going to the court and
Yeah.
being there all day.
Oh yeah, it was good times. I had went. Me and Anthony, we went like probably like 2015 or 16. What else? This is when like they put like glass goals and
Yeah.
a fence and lights, and I was just like, huh. All that time we were struggling,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all got it.
Yeah.
But they closed it down.
Yeah, they closed it down because they had a couple altercations happen out there. But they actually opened it back up now. Now they have like a turnstile
Yeah.
like locking system with the door.
I thought they had that before.
Yeah. So they increased the height of the fences so
Yeah.
nobody could jump over anymore or try to get under.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's all good. But yeah, man, those were the days for sure.
Oh yeah. I just remember like it was just like if you were good,
Mhm.
just came out like that was the place to be.
Mhm.
That it was very interesting times how we like how we all got along and whatever.
Yeah.
And like even when there were altercations, it was just like we're cool. Like later on,
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, these new niggas, man.
Yeah, we're gonna let them be where they're at, man.
Yeah. All right. So just in general, as far as like, you know, an overview of the world and whatnot, do you pay attention to like the news or anything?
Yeah, I'm starting to, you know, because being a trader now in
Yeah.
the forex market, yeah, you're gonna have to invest in being in the news, and yeah, it's hard sometimes because
Mhm.
you hear about things. You know, I know you heard about the mass shooting that just happened.
That's
You
crazy.
know, it's just I get tired of hearing that
Yeah.
stuff, and it's come to the point now. You know, when I go downstairs, you know, now that I'm home.
Mm-hmm.
And I go downstairs and I'll hear the news, you know, and my mom, she's like, "Oh, did you hear about this? You hear about that?"
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to hear about any more
Yeah.
shootings and stuff like that. And I may not necessarily want to even watch it.
Mhm.
You know, I'd rather turn on sports before I turn on the news.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I definitely turn on ESPN before the news, but
Mhm.
like I've been paying attention to it, like the whole Moss thing, and like I don't want to say that like it bothers, like it does bother me, you know, down to the core, but you know, and I don't want to say that I'm desensitized by it because I mean it's happening so frequently. It's just like, oh,
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
right? Like the one shooting that really got to me was the Las Vegas shooting. You know,
Mhm.
that it really hit home because it's just like, yo, like that could happen to anybody, right? And I don't know, like that whole thing, like I just don't understand mass killings and like people are just like, oh, pray for so and so, you know? I mean, is you praying for that person, what is that gonna do? Because it's already been done, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, just paying attention to things like that, you know, to know that we have it really good here.
Yeah. You know, it's a tough situation, and like you said, you know, you don't want to become desensitized.
Yeah.
But it's just like when you constantly hear it every week.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying how can you not, but it's just like what more can you do as an individual to help those people? You know, because it happens so frequently. You know, we had one. How long ago was it? Was it 2 years maybe?
Yeah.
Or not even. The Santa Fe one.
Yeah, Santa Fe. Yeah.
Was that last year?
Yeah, that was last year.
Last year.
Yeah.
You know, I was actually in town. I was headed to a workout in Alvin that day. And I heard about them. I'm like, yeah, that's right down the street.
Yeah.
That's 20 minutes away from my house.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
You know?
Yeah.
So when it gets closer to home, you're just like, okay, what do I need to do?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And I mean, I think that's the question too. It's like, what can you do? You know?
Exactly.
We talk about gun laws and everything like that, but it's just like, I don't know. I just don't think that is the answer right now. Like everybody's trying to lean one side, another person's trying to lean another side, mental illness, age restriction, but somehow, some way, somebody's gonna find out how to do something.
Exactly.
You know? If it's not a gun, it's a bomb.
Yeah.
You know, it's just things like that. Like it's annoying.
Yeah. And all you can do is just really try to, you know, protect yourself in the best way possible.
Yeah.
You know, I'm considering getting a gun license, and I think, you know, everybody should.
Yeah.
You know, not necessarily just to say you have it,
Mm-hmm.
but to protect yourself, to protect your family.
I've always been like, you know, I'm not dealing with guns. You know, that's not for me. You know, I'm a firm believer if you die by what you live by. You know, and if you live by the gun, which a lot of people do, then you might die by it. And you know, I just don't want to attract that attention or that energy.
Yeah.
But shit is getting crazy.
Exactly. You know, when people going into mosque and killing people and stuff like that, you know, it's just like, what can you do as an individual to protect yourself? And at the end of the day, whether you want to or not, you have to have some type of protection.
Yeah. I've thought about it too, because I was just like, all right, like I'm only going to get it to protect my family. Like there's nothing, because I have no fascination about it.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, for what? Something that can pierce through your skin? I'm good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought about it. Like I'm definitely leaning towards getting one, but it's just like making sure at what cost. Yeah. But I don't know. It's interesting. You paying attention to the politics right now as far as like who's running?
Not too much. I know Bernie's running. I know what is his name? Beto. He's running. Kamala Harris is running. You know, I just really hope, you know, we have a better situation than what we have now. That's all I'm asking for at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's all you could ask for.
Because this is, it's like a comedy show, you know, for other countries to sit here and listen to us as the United States.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they look at us, and because, you know, being in Ireland, you know, I had certain conversations about politics with them, and they're just like, yeah, he's crazy. What is he going to do next? What is he going to do next? They treat him like a muppet or like a puppet. Yeah. You know, it's just, it's pure comedy to other countries, but, you know, we're actually feeling this because we actually live here.
Yeah.
You know?
That's crazy. Yeah, you know, like I want good for the country, but it's just like at what cost, you know? Like I'm now finding out that a lot of people that I do know actually did vote for Trump, you know, and that's crazy. Like a lot of people will say, like, you know, I just don't feel like a woman should run a country because she's too emotional. I'm just like, I feel like you're projecting your own characteristics onto with this one person. Even though I don't think Hillary was the best candidate, I don't know. I prefer her over Trump, right?
Yeah.
But that's interesting, bro. You gonna vote this year, or when it comes?
I will. I haven't voted. I haven't voted ever in my life, but I think, you know, this would be the perfect time for me to vote.
Oh yeah. I think definitely coming out of like we need change, like whatever that
ASAP.
Means. Yeah, whatever that means. We need change. So
yeah, we need it soon, fast, please.
Yeah. You watching the NBA?
Yeah.
You go for it.
This season, you know, it's actually a toss-up, you know, because, you know, the Warriors, they're doing pretty well. Of course, the Rockets are doing pretty well. You know, I don't know how far the Rockets are going to be able to go with James Harden having, you know, to put that much on his back as he has. You know, you can't average 50 a game in a 7-game series. Somebody's going to stop that, you know. And I understand the Rockets beat the Warriors 3 times. You know,
Yeah.
they lost the last one, but it's just like they're gonna figure that out.
Yeah.
You know, the Warriors are a completely different team
That's what
when
I
it
keep
comes to the
telling people.
playoffs.
That's what I keep
It's
telling
a
people.
completely different team. You know, so hopefully, you know, from the East, somebody is more of a competitor to them.
Yeah.
You know, given the fact that LeBron is out of the picture now and the Cavs are done. You know, I think Milwaukee's gonna give them a shot. I
Who,
think
the Warriors?
I have a bold prediction. I think the Bucks are gonna make it.
Oh no, you hit it here first. You hit it here first.
I don't. If everybody can stay healthy,
Yeah.
I think the Bucks.
If they can make it past the first round, then we can be more optimistic
The
about
Bucks?
them. Yeah.
Yeah,
They just don't know how to make it out the first round. They're good at making it to the playoffs.
I think they're gonna make it.
The Celtics, they're gonna fall apart.
Yeah,
The Raptors, they're the Eastern Conference Rockets.
Mhm.
They always know how to make it to the finals. I mean, not to the finals, but to like conference finals.
Yeah.
And never make it outside. And
Yeah.
I think Philly's out there.
Yeah. I mean, Philly's out there. They're doing their thing. Don't get me wrong. But as far as being a title contender right now, no. I don't know what it is about the Bucks, man. I just think they're versatile in every position,
They are.
and everybody shoots threes on it.
Mhm.
You know, Chris Middleton is insane.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think he gets the credit that he should. Yes, he was an all-star, but I
Yeah.
think he needs more credit than what he's
Oh
doing.
yeah. I mean, it's Giannis' team.
Yeah, I think he leads the league in points per game as far as ISO
Yeah.
situations. I think it's him, James Harden, and somebody else.
Paul
you know,
George, I think.
yeah, Paul George. You know, that's that. You know, should tell you right then and there. But you know, I think that's the best team coming out of the East.
Mhm.
I think you know the Raptors. They may have a shot too.
Yeah.
You know, because they picked up what's the big man, Mark
Marc
Gasol.
Gasol, yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just the teams are still trying to figure out what's the team to beat the Warriors.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
all the NBA consists of right now.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
team is going to be able to beat the Warriors?
Yeah. And that's the thing, like a lot of people have that opportunity, like, you know, how the Rockets, they really did have an opportunity at that point to beat the Warriors. Even though I know, like, very well understand basketball, just to the point where it's just like, there's dimensions, and the Rockets only play to like a second dimension.
Yeah.
You live and die by the 3.
Yeah.
You know, Warriors can turn it on. Like, you know how the Warriors are always getting blown out by at a halftime.
Mm-hmm.
Magically, by the fourth quarter, they're blowing you out.
Yeah.
That happens all the time. Like, it never fails. And it's just like, can you really be surprised at the point? And teams that they lose to, they only lose to bad teams because
Mhm.
they don't care.
Yeah. They're legit. Like they lost to the Suns, I think, 2 weeks ago, something like that.
They got blown
Everybody-
out, right?
Yeah, it wasn't good at all.
Yeah.
But,
That's it. It's definitely interesting. You know, I do like the Warriors. You know, it's my team of choice just because of they play team basketball. You
Mhm.
know, like when the ball is moving very carelessly, that's good basketball.
Exactly.
You know, it's like they've taken, like, if you really think about systems as far
Mhm.
as like basketball, just in general, it's a mix of like 05 to 07 Phoenix Suns.
Uh-huh.
Mike D'Antoni's team.
Yeah.
Right. We got what other team? The Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
They played just like the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. Like, it's just those two teams in particular that you can really see that they're taking things from them. Passing the ball, because Mike D'Antoni 7 seconds or less.
Mhm.
Spurs always passing the ball. Like, it's just things like that. I'm just like, this is
Yeah.
good basketball.
Yeah, for sure. And then especially when you have 3 legit guys that can go for 30 and a quarter.
Yeah. That's
You know,
crazy.
go for 30 and a quarter, 9.5 and a quarter, it's insane,
Yeah.
and the way the game is played now is just threes and layups
Yeah.
and free throws.
Yeah.
And that they fit right into that,
Yeah.
So
Now that's interesting. So when you're gonna go back into in August, right?
Mhm.
So you going back to Ireland?
maybe, I may have other opportunities come up. I
Mhm.
may have opportunity in Italy. I
Mhm.
may have opportunity in Spain.
Mhm.
But, my first thing is getting this knee back, right?
Yeah.
And, once that happens, then, I can start, venturing out and, exploring my options.
Mhm.
But, right now, I'm just being patient and, just taking it easy.
That's
Yeah.
good, bro.
Yeah.
That really is. Because I mean, we really try to force ourselves to do things that we don't have to do. You know?
Exactly. And I've always been that person. I've always been the one to be like, okay, I need everything done, at this particular time. And I
Mhm.
need it done fast,
Mhm.
But sometimes things like this,
Mhm.
takes a lot of patience, And up until 3 years ago, I was completely healthy, and then
Yeah.
had a Jones fracture in my foot. I
Yeah.
was supposed to be at 10 to 12 weeks, and I came back 7.5 weeks,
Yeah.
and I was fully healthy. So hopefully I have the same type of help with this knee.
Mhm.
But I know this is gonna take a lot more time than
Yeah.
my foot did. But yeah, I've just been taking it easy, man. Being patient,
Yeah.
following what the doctor's been telling me to do.
When you tore it, did you feel any type of pain or no?
I felt a sharp pain because
Mhm.
it happened in warm ups. I felt a sharp pain throughout my leg,
Mhm.
and initially I just thought it was just knee soreness or something like that, or a bruise or
Mhm.
something. And I just asked for ibuprofen,
Yeah.
and I played that game,
Yeah.
because I didn't think anything of it. And
Mhm.
then it stiffened up the next night, very bad,
Mhm.
and I was like, okay, something's wrong.
Oh, sure.
And then before I was gonna go tell my coaches about it, it loosened back up,
Mhm.
over the course of like 2 days.
Mhm.
So I'm like, all right, it may be good. So I tried to play the next game. I was just like, yeah, I can't get any lift,
Mhm.
can't move laterally the way I want to. So, I got an MRI, and initially they misdiagnosed it.
Oh.
I got my first MRI in Ireland,
Yeah.
and they thought it was torn cartilage.
Mhm.
So I was just like, okay, well, I'm going to need to get surgery anyway.
Mhm.
So I came home. I thought I was going to be out 4 to 6 weeks after the surgery. So I go get a second opinion and another MRI, and they're like, yeah, man, you tore your ACL. And I'm just like, how did I tear my ACL and
Yeah.
I'm still walking and
Yeah.
I played 2 games? Like, I'm having this all in my mind as they're telling me. And, he's like, yeah, man, you're going to have to get surgery ASAP if you want to play in August. So, I had the surgery 3 days after that, and I was in a brace for about a good month. I'm out of the brace now.
Mhm.
But it's just like, I still don't understand how I played those 2
Yeah,
games,
yeah.
because when you hear about ACL injuries, you
Mhm.
see people fall and they can't get
Yeah.
up
At all.
at all. And I played 2 games on it, and, even the doc said, like, I don't know how you did that.
Yeah.
I have a strong pain
Tolerance.
tolerance. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, it made me feel good inside
Mhm.
that I can, push myself. But after a while, it's just like, all right, now I know I have to be patient with my body and
Mhm.
listen to it, as opposed to just keep going pedal to the metal,
Yeah.
because that's how athletes are. Most athletes,
Yeah.
they're going to keep going,
Mhm. I mean, you're taught that essentially. Like you need to keep going.
Yeah.
Because it does get rough. Like when you say you played through it, Kobe tore his Achilles and
Shot 2 free throws and walked off.
Exactly.
That's, yeah.
I don't know. That's crazy because and that's good too. It's just hard to try and like reflect on it.
Yeah.
I think that's where we are as far as like when something tragic happens, we have to reflect on it,
Mhm.
and it just makes sense when you understand. But at that moment, I don't know. I'd be questioning that too. Like I question doctors just in general because I'm just like I mean I get it. You went to school for it, but it's just like I know my own body.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. That's good, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just I don't know. It's really like I'm trying to process it. It's a hard concept to come by,
Mhm.
as far as like just being okay with like everything that's going on.
Mhm.
For me, like it's not that I'm impatient. I'm just like, all right, gotta keep moving, keep
Mhm.
moving, keep moving, and then something happens, and then you gotta tell yourself to slow down.
Yeah.
Like I think like those times because I wake up at 4 o'clock every morning,
Mhm.
just to get shit done. Like I start my day really early,
Mhm.
and like it was taking a toll on me because I wasn't getting enough sleep. Because
Yeah.
I'm always in my mind like, all right, like if I calculate how much sleep I get right now, I can get more work done.
Exactly.
Yeah, it sucks. It really does suck because I'm like, there was a point where it just like started affecting my heart.
Mhm.
And I was just like, all right. Let me just like relax.
Yeah.
I cut off everything. And I think I went to sleep. I was asleep for like 2 days.
Yeah.
But
And it's funny you say that because that's where I'm at in life as far as, I know what I want to do.
Mhm.
I have an outline, but it's just like I want it that bad, that I'll stay up or I'll wake up early in the morning, and you're the only person doing that. So it's all about personal motivation at the end of the day. And, it's tough. It's tough because you sometimes feel, I know you feel it sometimes too,
Yeah.
that because you're the only person doing it, you can't relate to anybody else.
Yeah.
You don't have too many people in your circle that you can talk to about it
bro, that is
because
so true.
they don't push themselves the way you do.
Yeah.
And you don't ever want to feel that you're above somebody because you think that way. But, it's hard.
Mhm.
It's very hard, it's hard, finding people that you can relate to on that level. And then when you do, it's just a full go and everything's going so fast, So I think with this move as far as being a Forex trader, I think that's going to help me out a lot, as far as just understanding financially and, just investing in certain things,
Yeah. I even think as far as like, we see like great people, right? And it's just about understanding, like LeBron James understands basketball. That's why he plays so effortlessly, and like with you, when it comes to money, once you understand money and how it works, then it's like bread and butter, right?
Yeah.
That's just with anything. And even like talking about people that, you're grinding, but they're not grinding as hard as you are. And they will never understand the grind that you put in. It's really hard to like be their friend,
yes. Yes, that is the truth.
Yeah, I've tried. I told myself that, if there's ever one thing that I ever want to do when I'm talking to somebody, I want to make you think. Like, you're gonna use your head regardless.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. And like with certain people, it just sucks. Like, you can't.
Yeah, especially when you've grown up with people like that.
Yeah.
And, you want them to be there. You want them to not necessarily go at the rate you are, but just show some improvements, show that they are trying. And when they physically and mentally just shut down and they're that same person that they were, 6 and 7 years ago, it's just like, okay, now I have to be the bigger person. And do I A, move on or, B, try to show them things, do something on your own and be like, hey, this is what I did, But some people just don't want to be helped, You can't help anybody that doesn't want to be helped at the end of the day.
I noticed that. And like, it frustrates me to see that people that, you see the potential in somebody, but they're just not willing to go all the way out there. And that bothers me. But I've learned to accept that because, I mean, we talk about motivation. You're the only person that can find motivation in yourself because, we're here in this realm where everybody's trying to motivate somebody, but it's just like, motivation is only, like, external motivation is only good for an hour, so to say, right? What about the other 23 hours? You still need that motivation. It's just like, if you're not living off of that 1 hour of motivation, then I don't know. Like, it's kind of pointless to even try to bring that in. So you have to find your own motivation. Like, it's just like doing this podcast, right? It's hard because there'll be times where it's like, I'm not doing this shit, like, I think like episode 10, like, I wanted to quit. Yeah, I was just like, man, I'm not seeing the results that I'm supposed to get. I'm 10 episodes in. Niggas say they love it and whatnot. It's just like, man, shut up. And that's the thing. Like, you just have to grind. That's all it is. Yeah, it's very interesting where we are in life. Did you ever think that you were gonna make it to the league when you were younger? Like, because basketball was your thing. Like, we all wanted to make it to the league, but to actually see it come true into fruition because of all the hard work you put, that's crazy, And then you think back and just like, I was going to do it right here. I was going to do life right here. And look at me right now, despite the fall, because what happens when you fall, you get right back up, right? I don't know. It's all crazy.
Yeah. But with some people, once they fall, that's it.
Yeah.
They feel like the world is ending. And, they shut down on their life at age 25, 26. And it's just like, bro, you have so much to live for.
Yeah.
And it's tough, trying to relate that to somebody or relate that to people in general. And they don't quite get that. And, I was listening, on my way up here, I was listening to, E.T., the hip hop preacher Eric Thomas, and he was just like, some people just shut down at 50.
Yeah.
They're dead at 50.
Yeah.
They die at 80, but they're dead at 50.
Yeah.
They just shut off with everything and they just feel like the life that they're living now is the life that's going to be forever. Yeah. And once you feel that way, nobody can help you.
Yeah, it's crazy because, as much as motivation as I try to do and try to talk to people and whatnot, people just don't get it. And like somebody mentioned about frequency, the things that you hear is, I could be preaching the gospel to you and whatever, and if you don't get it, you just don't get it. It's because you're not on the same frequency, I think that's the craziest part is that, whenever if I was to deliver a message to you and somebody else, you would get it and that other person won't get it. But you're much higher in frequency.
Mhm.
And like you said, there are people that are dead just because their frequency is really
Mhm.
low. You have enough frequency to be living, but or not living, existing.
Mhm.
I mean, you're just a body at this point, you know.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's sad. It really is sad because I don't know. It makes me upset when I see people and they just can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you try to, talk to them and have a intellectual conversation with them about anything,
Yeah.
and it's just like they can't reach that level,
Mhm.
and it's not like you're trying to put them somewhere that they don't want to be. It's just like, yo, as you age, you should have some more intelligence
Yeah.
that goes along with it,
Yeah.
through experience.
Mhm.
And if you have the same experience, if you're working the same job,
Mhm.
you can't have another experience. You can't experience anything else if
Yeah.
you're working, at the same 9 to 5 for
Yeah.
10, 15 years and
Yeah.
you hate it.
Yeah.
It's-
I see, and that's the crazy part about it. It's like it's no 9 to 5. It's good to have one.
Yeah, it's
but
good to have a job.
yeah, it's
yes.
good. Yeah, it's good to have purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if your job causes purpose for you in your life, good. But there's a lot of people that don't like their jobs.
No.
You don't like what you're doing. A lot of people are like very negative
Mhm.
about trying to make it or try to do something outside of whatever, right?
Mhm.
Especially like I'm an immigrant, so a lot of immigrants have that mentality that you got to stick in this field because that's the only thing that works.
Mhm.
I hate to prove it to you, but there's other avenues where you can go, and it just sucks because we're here and we're trying to prove that point, and we're still experiencing life at the same time,
Yeah.
But that's just to say, like, life is hard, but if you keep doing what you're doing, then you're gonna make it.
Yeah. Yeah. Repetition, man.
That's all. Yeah, literally. That's one thing. With one of my, not even one of my, like, just my clients, just in general, is just like we talk about squatting, just in general. A lot of people, believe it or not, they can't squat,
Mhm.
and like that bothers me. Just in general. But
Mhm.
that's another conversation. But they can't squat, and and I tell people before they sign up, I'm just like, look, like I see how you move. You don't move very well
Mhm.
at all. And like people get offended or whatever, but it's okay. But you don't move very well, and you're just like 3 months from now, I guarantee you'll do a lot better than this. And time after time, do it, squat, squat, squat. I tell people like, look, we did 200 squats a day. Before you couldn't get this low, now you're lower than ever.
Mhm.
Like you get lower than me. Like it's just simple things like that. Like repetition matters
Yeah.
because if you keep working at it. I think it's all about the process too,
Mhm. And the willingness to learn.
Yeah.
Too. Because, I'm going through physical therapy right now with this knee, and I have to get the proper mechanics down.
Mhm.
And he was telling me that I didn't necessarily have it either.
Mhm.
So, he said once I get the foundation down as far as, my hips and the stuff like that,
Mhm.
I won't be having any issues, with, my knee or putting too much pressure on my knee or anything like that.
Mhm.
So, it's the willingness to learn also,
Mhm.
because you can repeat the same thing, but if you're not doing it right,
Yeah.
you're just repeating,
Yeah.
you're just repeating a mistake,
Yeah.
so it's just the willingness to learn, admit that, it's okay that
Yeah.
you messed up, and, just just do the right.
That was if there's one thing that I know that was hard for me was to like submit and
Yeah.
say that I don't know,
Yeah.
because I've always come from like a background like, yo, I don't know, I don't even know why you're talking to me right now.
Mhm.
I already know it,
Yeah.
Like that's how I was in school, and like I used to sleep in class every day.
Mhm.
And like the teacher will call on me like, go answer the problem on the board. And literally as I wake up, I look and I go answer and I go back to sleep and everybody gets mad. But that's the thing. It's just like, it comes natural to me.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like technical things, foundation, building, whatever,
Yeah.
I don't know shit.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with saying that now,
Yeah.
That's interesting. It's a whole interesting concept,
Yeah. I think that happens, as you get older. You're just like, okay, I don't understand this,
Yeah.
so I need to get it,
Yeah.
But most of the time it happens, when there's money involved.
Yeah.
People don't want to get it in high school.
Yeah.
But when money's involved, oh yeah, I gotta get it now.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. That's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's interesting though. It's a weird place that we live in, trying to make it. Still trying to discover what like life is supposed to be about, because you see a lot of prime examples, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how you define it for your own, like how do you cultivate it into your own atmosphere, you know? And that's where we are. Like you're playing basketball, you're in Forex trading, you're doing all these extra different things, and it's just like, you know, these are things that I like, and I'm trying to prepare for my future. You know, if there's one thing that I was talking about with people is legacy, and right now it's just like you're building legacy for yourself, which is great. Like that's the best thing you could ever do, and that's the sad part because people don't think about that. Yeah, I don't know. It's a whole interesting concept, you know. Just trying to make it right.
Exactly.
I don't know. Well, bro, hey, let's wrap it up. I always like to leave off with some words of wisdom. Can you go ahead and bless us, please?
Repetition, repetition, repetition. Admit to your mistakes. Understand that it is okay. And once you correct yourself, and repetition, man.
That's good. Bro, that's really good. Nah, but
and also find your passion, and once you do, stick to it and don't let go.
There you go. Do you have anything to plug? Social media? Anything?
Oh yeah, my I have Instagram. It's jsmooth _3 with 3 O's.
Got you. Yeah. All right. Please like, share, review. My name is Joshua, and I'm out.